Okay, and we're here. Welcome everybody to the Like Things Do Stuff podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by absolutely nobody. We're a 100% independent podcast. That's something that we'd like to change, but the main reason that we want people to come here is to build a team that are inspired, creative, and want to like things and do stuff and make sure that they bring the individuality of who they are into their own lives. So welcome to this short, sweet episode where essentially we're going to just be teeing things up for the new year. We've left 2019 behind. We're moving into 2020. I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to keep things happening and we're going to really think about how us as a team can like things and do stuff. Let's have it. Oh, whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Like Things Do Stuff podcast. So we're here. It's 2020. I can't believe that I'm saying that. I can't believe that it's 2020. You know, years ago, especially in my teens, to think of 2020 just seemed futuristic, like something that I wouldn't see. And maybe we would have something like flying cars and that. And even though we don't have that, or we're probably not that far off, I suppose, you know, there has been so much development, so much crazy stuff. But one of the things more than anything that I just feel lucky for is that I'm here and you're here for 2020 to essentially like things and do stuff. Let's bring everything that we had from 2019 that was good, drag it into this new year, and let's have it. Let's make this year our year. One of the ways that I like to do that is essentially make myself realise how lucky that I am. We're just lucky to be here. You know, heading into a new year, one of the things that I like to say when I head into a new year, or especially around a birthday, is essentially it's a blank canvas where we have the opportunity to paint any picture that we want. You know, another thing that I hear a lot of people saying, we're near the end of January now as this has been released, but as we go into the new year, I hear a lot of people saying sort of, new year, new me. And I do wonder to myself, is that one of the best ways to approach it? You know, things will be different for every single person, but for me, I feel like I've felt like that or said that to myself on so many occasions and nothing happen. That maybe actually I need to switch it up and have a different thought. So the different thought that I've had really is rather than saying things like new year, new me, trying to sort of like flip it on its head a little bit. You know, a new year is an opportunity to try out new things, and that's certainly what's going to happen for a lot of people around the world this year. It's definitely going to happen with me, and I hope it happens with us with what we're trying to achieve in our own lives. But you know, maybe it's not about being a new me, and it's actually about being the best version of me. So that's one of the things that I'm going to really work on this year, and I'd invite you to do the same. Don't think of it as a new you, just think of it as the best version of yourself. One of the ways that I'm going to be doing that, and again would invite you to do the same if it works for you and you want to switch things up, is not think about things in too much of a grand way. So I've always thought about things like, okay, so I'm going to do something like weight loss. So I'm really dissatisfied unless I've lost like 5 stone in a week, which is unrealistic to happen, and it's unrealistic to give myself that expectation. So by constantly driving for the really big outcome to happen in a short period of time, because it's the new me, isn't possibly the best way to go. To be the best version of myself, I realise that it's something that I've got to work at, and what I'm going to do is set small manageable goals and really work on consistency. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Again, see what works for you. I'd love to hear what you do or your approach to a new year. But it's all about being the best version of yourself. One of the ways to do that, and what we're going to work on in our episodes and some of the content that we'll be sharing, is really looking inside at the things that we like to do and doing the things that we want to do. And then also speaking to inspirational people that have gone out and do that, so we can try and feed off their energy and do the same ourselves. And just as a little sort of extension of that, so I feel like I gave like the example of like weight loss. So being the best version of ourselves, especially for me, kind of in the first instance, I think about that of like breaking down like negative things. Actually, it's not really about that. I suppose it's partly about that, you know, making sort of positive change around negatives. But also what I'd like to do, and again, I would invite you to do the same, is I want to pull more positivity in. What were those things that I used to love doing that I don't do anymore? What are the things that I tell myself that I'm too old, I'm too tired, I've not got enough time, haven't got enough money, or that's not me anymore, when actually deep down in your chest you feel that it is, and in your head. That's the other thing that I'm going to do to be the best version of yourself. It's not just about eradicating things that you want to change or completely switching them up. What it is it's pulling in and giving yourself the opportunity to do all of the hobbies, experiences that you want to have as well. So that's what we're going to be doing, and that's what you're going to hear a lot about in these episodes. So the other thing to address is, why has there been no episodes? I released, I think, an introductory and a episode around the ukulele, which is a great episode. I'd encourage you to go back and listen to that. Around a year, maybe over a year ago. And the reason that there haven't been any episodes is really been down to poor prep and a little bit about what I just spoke about, which is sort of excuses or barriers. Oh, I haven't got time, or I can't do that now, or oh, I'm not sure if people would find that interesting. And I started to put these barriers in the way, and days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. And that's why there hasn't been any episodes. But I'm really happy to report now that I've had a big think about how to schedule these in, and also, had a new lease of inspiration to be the best version of myself. And I want this to be part of it. So really excited to be back, really excited to be thinking about episodes and getting them released. So again, look forward to plenty of episodes from the Like Things Do Stuff podcast in 2020. All right, so 2020, what to expect? Plenty of episodes. Look out for episodes coming out on a regular basis. They're going to be coming out on SoundCloud and YouTube in the first instance, and then we're going to look at how I can share that more widely once we've got around 10 episodes under our belts. The other thing that you can do is find us on Instagram. There's loads of content that I'm putting out as regularly as possible to inspire us to like things and do stuff. And I'd love to interact with anyone that's listening to the podcast over that. So make sure that you follow us there on Instagram. No other social media at the moment, and that might not grow. So make sure you give us a follow and get involved. The other thing that I'm happy to let you know about, especially through Instagram, is we'll be having our morning song every week. So the morning song is something that I've done for a long time. It helps me discover new music that I want to listen to. I hear a song and I decide that that's going to be my morning song. I listen to that every morning, sometimes possibly more, to be fair, and I do a little bit of research about it. Normally just do a bit of a write-up with a post on Instagram, but what I'm happy to share with you to increase our content is I'm going to be doing sort of short 5-10 minute podcasts around the morning song so you can hear more. The other thing to expect regular updates about is an equipment update. So the reason that I want to do that is at the moment I have a super basic setup. Look out on Instagram to find out a little bit more about that if you're interested in getting into podcasting yourself, or you want to hear a bit more about equipment, or if you're just interested in how it gets done anyway. But the reason I'd like to give you an update is one of the things that I love more than anything is people that like things and people that go out there and do stuff. And I love having conversations with people, really picking their brains and finding out more about anything and everything, and using that inspiration to do the same in my own life. So I'll be giving you regular updates on my research around equipment and really, my progress to being able to get it, so that we can get excited together and move forward to have interviews with these interesting people and get the content out to you. So that is that. We are here. It's 2020 with the Like Things Do Stuff podcast. There's nothing else to say. Just thank you for being here. I'm really looking forward to future episodes and everyone getting involved. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. All right, let's go out with the outro music. I'll see you at the next episode. Whoop whoop.
Like Things Do Stuff.